Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentleman Podcast for April 5th, Monday, April 5th. Happy Easter. I am your host, Scott Labrie. Joined alongside me, as always, we have Tyler Sunt.
Hello there.
And Eric DeShane.
Hello.
How are you boys doing?
Great, buddy.
Cool. And this is Q&A Monday. Ask us anything. As always. So we take your questions and we answer them. So let's just get right into it. Cameron asks, what are some of your best / worst movie theater experiences? This could have been a whole podcast.
This could be easily. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the worst one. There's a couple that are really bad.
I got two for sure.
Yeah, I've definitely got two. Probably. Yeah, you go first.
First. So the first one that is watching Star Wars: The Force Awakens in theaters opening night. We went to the Late Show because we were like, no kids. Because that's the one thing I hate about going to the movies is kids are usually screaming, running around. But this time we just got the worst freaking people, just nerds who treated it like we're all friends here. Let's all just kind of make comments out loud in the middle of the movie because we're all friends, right? And it gets to the point where, spoilers if you haven't seen this 5-year-old movie, is Han Solo gets killed by Kylo Ren. Really emotional kind of moment in the film. This legendary character is getting killed off, and you get some lady in the back, "Aw, you motherfucker," and then some other person's like, "Yeah, you bitch." It's like, stop. Stop talking in the movies. And the other worst thing that I witnessed in the movie theater was watching James Bond Spectre, and there was a guy in 2 rows ahead of us who brought pistachios in his bone pocket, brought them from home. Jeez. And you're like, well, that's an interesting snack because you have shells. What are you going to do with the shells? Maybe you put them back in your pocket? Nope. Takes 1 pistachio, cracks it open, takes the 2 shells, drops them on the floor. Clink, clink. Eats the pistachio. Grabs another one. Crack it open. Clink, clink. Eat it. Clink, clink. Clink, clink. And then you just had this big frickin' pile of pistachio shells on the floor when we left the theater. It was so frickin' annoying hearing this stupid clinking of the goddamn pistachio shells on the floor. And that movie already wasn't great, but it's when you have a bad movie experience, it makes the movie even worse in your mind, and that's kind of the bad thing, right?
Absolutely. Oh man, that would just drive me nuts, man. That would drive me freaking insane. Somebody eating pistachios. Not even the food that they sell there. So they smuggled in pistachios. Of all the things to smuggle in, you bring the noisiest, stupidest fucking snack in existence. See, I feel like that's my worst experience.
And then throw it on the floor for them to clean it up after. What a
bunch of douchebags. Okay, you're smuggling some booze in to put in your pop to enjoy. Who doesn't enjoy a drink in a movie? Okay, I'll give you that one. But pistachios, fuck off. Grow up, idiot. Oh man, when I go to theater, I want to go there and I want everybody to just shut up and watch the movie. Just be quiet. You can have reactions. Like in Endgame. It was a little bit annoying. Remember when we went to Endgame and we're watching that and there's people talking and we're trying to listen to stuff and whatever, but I mean
overall it was pretty good.
But it was pretty good. But there's a few times where it's like, hey, shut the fuck up. There's talking happening here. This is actually very important dialogue going on here. I don't have to start bouncing kids' heads off the seats here. Let's just stop. But no, for sure. But it's good. But it is nice when you do go to the theater. That's why I like the movie theater experiences, because everybody feels like an absorbed emotion. Like when at the end when Tony Stark, snaps, and everybody's you can hear sniffles throughout the whole crowd, and it literally elevates your emotions because everybody's upset. It's you know what? I'm allowed to be upset. I'm just gonna let my feelings go, and you just melt with everybody else in the theater, right? So it's even going to wrestling. I don't like watching wrestling, but you're part of the crowd. The atmosphere just makes you, absorbs you into that, and you just become a part of it.
Yeah.
But I think the worst, I have two as well. The two worst movie experiences for myself was I went to go see King Kong. I knew it was by Peter Jackson, and I fell in love with his filmmaking style and his movies after watching Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm really excited to see this. And I was a big fan of King Kong before, the way back, the black and white one. I liked that one when I was a kid because I remember I watched it after we watched Godzilla versus Kong. So I'm like, oh, a new version of King Kong. This is going to be awesome. And I went to the theater. And I swear to God, it was like a fucking daycare. It's like all the parents decided, you know what? I have nowhere else to take these kids. I have to bring them somewhere. Let's take them to this monkey movie and just let them fucking run around and have snacks and rappers. And there's people like talking and there's kids crying. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing in here? And this movie is not a short movie either. And literally the entire fucking time, this is like the first time ever I almost got up and went to somebody and said, you need to evacuate this room of these children or I'm going to shit all over your seats and never come here again because I'm so upset. It was so fucking annoying. Like I wanted to start taking ice cubes and whipping them at these people. Like I was just getting so full of rage. It's like, what are you doing? And then the second one, this one's not quite as bad, I don't think. But when we went to go see Joker with our friends Kent and Sherida and a few others, and we're watching it, and this guy comes in, and he's either got some kind of disorder or he's completely wasted. I'm pretty sure he was completely wasted. So he sits in the chair. And you know how Joker's a pretty serious movie, like a very, very serious movie. And like when he's laughing, you're like, oh my God, it's a very unnerving scene every time he has that laugh because he's obviously in great distress every time he laughs, right? That's part of his condition. So like he's like, ah, and then all of a sudden this guy's like, ah, does this like mimics his laugh. And I'm like, and then Kent or somebody like looks back at me and I've never seen so much rage in his eyes. Like he's literally sitting right in front of him, and he's like, and his pop cup is empty and it's full of ice, and he's lifting it up and he's like, like eating the ice. And man, I was ready to get up and just start fucking giving him one. Just duck, shut the fuck up, shut up. The movie's on. Yeah, I could go on all night about this, but those are my two worst. This guy throughout the whole fucking movie, man. This idiot. And his friends didn't even tell him to shut up. They were just like, hey, shh, quiet. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Like, no, dude, tell him to leave or leave with him. Get this drunk friend out of here. Oh. So weird.
What about you, Eric? Any bad movie theater experiences?
I mean, the bad ones I've shared with you guys, so nothing terrible. Like the worst one we had, I think, was it Endgame or was it Civil War? I forget which one we went and saw, and there was those guys in front of us who were just drunk and shit-faced in the theater and smoking and everything else there. That was like one of the worst ones, but I don't even remember the bad ones too much. I remember the good ones quite a bit, though. Like, one of my favorite experiences was when the original Snyder Cut of the Justice League came out. The original cut came out in theaters. I wanted to go see it, and no one else wanted to go. I'm like, oh, let's go myself. It's like a Thursday night, nothing else to do. I had the whole theater to myself. No one else was there, too. I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. So.
Oh, that's epic, man.
Yeah,
so that's the best when you score like that.
Oh, yeah. Like, awesome! And I forget the manager's name in the theater here in town. I had to visit with him and everything else too because it was just us two in that theater. So, it was awesome. Yeah, and then like I always love the VIP theaters in Edmonton, the Cineplex VIPs.
Yeah,
have you ever gone for those at all? Oh man, they are.
No, I can't say I have.
Oh, it's an expensive night because not only are the seats expensive to sit there, but it's like the food's expensive there and everything else. So what you do is pretty much is order a meal and drinks during your movie, right? So,
which would be awesome.
Yeah, last time I went to one was right when I moved before moving back to St. Paul. Here was Captain America: The Winter Soldier came out,
right?
And I'm like, oh, I'll watch that before. I moved back a few months later. I'm like, oh, I'll treat myself, go watch that movie. I ordered a couple of beers, I had a burger during the movie. Oh man, it was like a delight.
It was like a spa day.
Oh, yeah, it was expensive. I think the day was like $60.
No,
like it's expensive, but like it's for a treat yourself kind of thing. Oh man, that's an awesome experience, man.
I feel like $60 would be worth it, especially seeing a good movie like Winter Soldier. That's spending your money. That's money well spent.
Exactly. I'm like that was a good experience. That was a lot of fun. So that's one thing if I get a chance to, I would definitely do more of that because I miss I do miss that experience a lot. Just to kind of go there ahead of time, like they'll come, like a restaurant that comes to you in your chair. Oh, what do you want to order? I'm like, I'll have the chicken burger and with fries and 2 pints of beer. Oh, sure. And you're in the movie. Like 10 minutes in, they come with your tray on your little nook there, and oh man, it's
that's so
awesome.
cool.
That's cool.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
for best theater experiences, when we rented the theater to watch Star Wars, that was great because it was like everybody else. Because at that point, everybody was sick of the normal theater crowds. Are like, screw it, let's just rent it and pay. Try and get as much friends as possible to kind of join in and chip in, and yeah, we made it work, and that was a great experience.
Yeah.
And another one that was really awesome was Jackass 3D, because everybody was just like there for a good time. Like that's a one movie where like you can be obnoxious in the crowd because everybody's just like laughing and just having a good time. And
it's an obnoxious movie. It's meant to be like
exactly.
That. So,
it's not a story-driven movie. It's just them doing stupid things, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I
and the 3D is amazing. I saw that in theaters too, in 3D. That was one of the best 3D movies I've ever seen in my life.
Because you have like the whole gamut. You have like the funny stuff, and then you have like the disgusting stuff, like his ass being the hill, like the volcano, and
the shit coming out of the volcano.
Everybody in the theater's like, oh. Or to end the porta potty on the freaking like bungee cord thing where you don't know if you should laugh or be disgusted. It's like
he's like throwing up while he's fucking going up and down. He's like, that's the funniest part too. And just like how much shit comes out when it comes down, and it goes up, and it's just like a freaking tidal wave of shit. It just soaked in it, and he's throwing up inside of it.
He just like gets out. He's just like,
he comes down just like in a day. It's like, what the
that would be so bad, man. I remember the theater was laughing so hard. You know what, Scott? Honestly, I think that's gonna be one of my best ones. I think was that one, or when I saw Return of the King. How everybody was just like at the end of the movie. I think that's one of the first times at the end of the movie where everybody like kind of clapped at the end.
Yeah. I remember that too, yeah.
Because that was just such an epic movie. Even though the ending took a long time to wrap up, but
it ended 3 times, but I mean, I still loved it. Yeah,
right. Yeah, it's just freaking epic, man.
Yeah, I get to have that experience too. Like that amount where like people set up and clap at this film.
Yeah.
Jackson's not going to see us doing it, but we're doing it because it's so much we love this film, right? And
exactly. Oh yeah, that one deserved an applause for sure.
Yeah. Right on. Good question, Cameron.
Thanks, Cameron.
Excellent question.
Next question comes from my mom.
All right.
She says, what adrenaline junkie thing would you do? Like jump over a car or skydive, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm a big professional wrestler fan, so like the one thing I said I always want to do is like get like put through a table. That's like an actual dream of mine for that to happen.
That's so weird.
And I came really close last year until COVID fucking happened. I was gonna participate in the Elk Point wrestling thing, and I was campaigning. I was like, listen, man, I'm just gonna like get up on the side of the ring, try and interfere with the match. Dude kicks me in the face, and I just fall backwards into the table. Boom. And they're like, nope, you can't do that. I'm like, come on.
Please, make my dreams come true.
Like, you're not a professional. It's like, who gives a shit? Neither are you guys. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
You guys all got day jobs.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll just have to put on our own wrestling show one day.
Right?
Yeah, the Esteemed Gentlemen Wrestling match. Right. Come fundraise.
Eat 2.5 men at Temp Wrestling.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It'd also be cool maybe to get like set on fire as well, maybe. If it's done properly and I'm not gonna die.
Right. The way they do it in the movies.
Yeah.
Where they douse that stuff and then they spray you right away.
Yeah.
Just enough to get a cool little scene where you're on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Nothing to do with heights. No bungee jumping, no skydive for me, though. Fuck that.
None of that stuff. Yeah. I don't know what I would do like for adrenaline junkie stuff.
I want to be. I would almost want to be more of a pilot. I want to fly like the smaller racer planes. Yeah, because I thought too like skydiving and flying is something you would do, but like I don't like the idea of just falling without control. But the idea of flying and playing fast, that'd be
like
fucking
a wingsuit.
I thought that too. That would work. Yeah, a wingsuit.
No,
Yeah,
no way.
Pass out and just fucking.
Yeah, I love flying. I love that like the feeling of taking off and going fast like that. I love that feeling. So the flying, I definitely see myself do something like that. So yeah, the wingsuit at that level would work out too. Yeah. So, but yeah, if I could, I'd be like a pilot of going fast and flying for sure.
Fly under a bridge or something.
Yeah. Oh, those video clips we see the guys off the cliff and they just glide down to like the hill passes and everything else in Europe. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Have you ever thought about getting like one of those like FPV drones and doing those?
FPV drones.
Yeah, first person drones where you have like the headset and you fly like super fast drones.
Yeah, DJI has like a real insane one, which looks.
Yeah, I've seen when I went to conventions in Edmonton, they had those races there, and yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I just know they're a bit of a pain in the ass because you can't do it in full color. So usually in black and white, in order for it the video to keep up with your speed. But I would still definitely.
Yeah, this DJI one I think is in like full color. Like they, I guess DJI is just really great at making drones. So
yeah, no, I would definitely try those out because those things they cruise around those freaking courses, man. They fly. Yeah, it's fun to watch.
What about you? Daredevil, Tyler?
Oh God, I'm not a daredevil. As long as I'm on the ground, I'll do whatever. But like, I think the craziest thing I would do would have to do something with heights, probably because I'm really scared of heights, like big time scared of heights. So I think probably the most daredevil-y thing I would do. I was watching YouTube videos of like that glass bridge in China that you can walk.
Oh yeah,
that would probably be one of the bigger things that I would probably do. I think something like that.
But
walk across that.
You're totally safe doing that.
Yeah, but you're still like I don't know. My stomach is actually just like swimming, just thinking about it, like looking down and seeing the ground so far away. Like even when we went hiking on our hiking trip in school, we went to Marmot Base or whatever the hell it's called, and like the cliff edge was about, I don't know, probably about 20, 30 feet away, and they're like, oh, come a little bit closer, like lay on your belly, and just like, I'm not going any closer than this. And someone took a rock, one of the girls, I went with the girls, and we threw it over the cliff edge, and we waited to hear the echo of the rock hitting, and I counted to almost up to like 7 or 8 seconds. Like that's how far down it was, and like not even seeing it terrified me. Like it literally made me like terrified. Like if this shale like just gave way and slid and I went over the edge, I would be dead within 2 seconds from a heart attack falling over that edge. I'd be dead already. It terrifies me. So I think, probably the glass bridge would be the most daredevil-y thing.
Would you like somebody says, hey, like come into the lion cage, come pet the lions. Would you do that?
If it was safe, yeah, sure.
I wouldn't do that. Fuck that.
It would smell my fear probably.
Like yeah, exactly.
And then swipe you.
He's friendly until he's not friendly.
Right.
Bites your friggin' arm off.
Yeah, like those tiger trainers, man. Jesus. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do something like that for skydiving.
All right, moving on. Nicole asks, she has 2 questions here. One is kind of a relatively simple one. Window or aisle seat on the plane?
Window.
Depends. If it's a long flight, I would take the window. Short flight, I'd take the aisle.
I think, probably same. But actually, the best is like if you're in the emergency.
Yeah, well, for you guys anyway, so I can sit anywhere on those planes. That's why I was usually, whenever we were flying as a team, whoever they would try to sit right next to me because they get more leg room, so they can put their legs where mine would be instead. So they had a little extra spot there for that. So
you'd be in the middle then, probably.
I always was in the middle, and I fucking hated it so much. Always in the middle. I'm like, I'm the one with the widest chest. Why am I sitting squeezed in the middle? Fuck.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Nicole also asks, which reality show would you go on and why?
Forged fire, but I would be a pro blacksmith.
That's a pretty good answer.
That's one reality show, only reality show I kind of watch really, and this one I would like to inspire to maybe one day. One fantasy maybe, but yeah, just
I'd love to be on Wipeout. I would love that, and just wipe out like super hardcore, like almost hospitalized. I think that'd be great, and just save the video and just have that in my collection. Like, oh, this is a cool thing I did back in the day when I'm like in my wheelchair, like when I broke my back, when the boxing glove like almost decapitated me on the wall.
Watch the back of my hands touch my heels.
Exactly.
Watch the teabag do a scorpion.
Yeah, you thought The Rock was the Scorpion King? Nope. Yeah, I would go on Wipeout. That looks like so much fun. Like the water and everything, and running across, and then the big balls of dude.
It looks exhausting. Like I feel so like tired for them watching them do with that because it's all in foam, nothing's stable. It's all wet and cold. And like, oh, those poor people.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like, all the people that are going on this show are people that don't really. I mean, there's a couple that do athletic things, but a lot of them are just like, I'm just gonna do it because it seemed like it is gonna be fun, and they want people that aren't athletic to be on there. So
go to Ninja Warrior instead. If you want to be athletic like that, this is stupid shit to watch people get hit in the face.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd love to.
I would go on Ink Master and get a tattoo.
Oh,
and hopefully it's good,
cool.
not fucking one of the bad ones.
I never did watch that show, so it was you have like rookies, like people learning to tattoo, and
they're all pretty much. They have their own tattoo shops normally, but I mean they're all like different skill levels. Some are like just like super amazing, and they're competing for the title of Ink Master. And then they'll just get like extras to come in and they'll be like, okay, today's challenge is this certain art style or something like that. And then usually the person will have like some sort of input on what they want, and then they kind of do the tattoo, and then like part of their marks is like you got the judges also grading it, but also like if the person also likes it and stuff like that. So
right.
That'd
be cool.
Yeah. And I mean, they probably want me on Too Hot to Handle, but I don't know. I'm gonna turn them down.
Yeah.
Aaron asks, "Do you have any phobias?"
Arachnophobia.
Spiders.
Big time.
There's a spider right now on my wall that I've been keeping an eye on, make sure he doesn't disappear on me because I have to kill him at the end of this.
Spiders especially, and like the thought of giant spiders. Oh man, that's like Skyrim is notorious for that. Like they're giant frostbite spiders in Skyrim, like the sound they make.
Yeah,
really.
ASMR.
So yeah, that's a big no for me is spiders.
Spiders,
yeah.
Spiders, bugs, I don't really care too much about. It's just like once you get to a certain size, like mice, I fucking hate mice, snakes, lizards, like anything that's like small enough to like crawl up your pant leg and fast enough to move up your pant leg. It's like, nope, not about that. And they can hide in your walls and underneath shit. Nope.
Watching you from the corner of your house.
Right.
You can't see them, but you know they're there.
Exactly. You can hear them sometimes.
Yeah.
Like whenever like I hear like it's like you can hear a mouse kind of like wrestling around. I just like get on edge. I'm just like
scratching the walls.
Yeah. I need to leave. Yeah. I need to leave right now.
Right. Yeah. I guess that none of that stuff really bothers me because when we lived in one of our first houses on an acreage in St. Lina, we had an infestation of mice. Like there were just mice everywhere, and then we had spiders everywhere, and it was just an old house that I don't think it was really well taken care of. And I remember my parents renovated it like a lot, pretty much the whole time we lived there. They were renovating constantly, and then we ended up getting bats in the attic. I thought that was actually really cool because we had like almost no mosquitoes when the bats were there. Like no mosquitoes and like dragonflies and stuff, they were still around. But I mean, like, it was amazing because mosquitoes used to get into the house all the time because there were so many cracks in the walls and everything too, and mice and whatever. But so I wasn't really scared of any of that stuff. But heights has always been my biggest issue. For some weird reason, I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm getting much better now. Like I can go on a plane and stuff. It's not so bad. But it's like if I'm like when I used to work at the seed cleaning plant, I'd have to go to the top of the bin to like move an auger out or something, or pull the lid down, and I'd be up there just shaking. Should I have a harness? I was like, just get up there and shut the lid. I'm like, it's not even that high. Like, fuck, man, no way. No way.
Yeah, I'm also not a huge fan of heights either, but yeah, planes I don't care about. Planes, it's just like I don't know.
Yeah,
this is like a bus or something.
Pretty much. That's the way I look at it too. Yeah,
I don't mind heights at all. It's the spider. No, thank you.
Just spiders.
Spiders.
Aaron also asks, "What are your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance?"
What is that? What is 90 Day Fiance?
TLC's like most popular show ever that they have like 8 different versions of. Essentially, it's a reality TV show, and usually it's about American people who have met somebody from a different country online, and they come to America, and they have 90 days because they have, you can only visit for so long, right? And they have 90 days to get married, essentially. Otherwise, they go back to their country and they have to be there for like a year until they can come back. Usually,
wow.
And usually there's a shit ton of drama because usually it's like the family's like they just dating you to get their green card, and a lot of times it's like an older lady who has like a Zimbabwe 25-year-old dude or something like that, and it's just like, yeah, it's a pretty trashy show, but it makes for some good entertainment. That Big Ed guy, the guy with no neck, he was from 90 Day Fiance. Well, he was on 90 Day Fiance the other way, I think is what it called, or something like that, where essentially he went to the Philippines instead and was there for a little while doing his visit there, and yeah. It's my sister's like obsessed with it, and it is kind of fun to watch, though. It is, because it is just trash TV.
right. I don't know. I know I have a brother, my youngest brother. He's huge into like shows like that, like The Bachelor and stuff. He's just like such a huge fan of it. And him and his wife will sit there and just like talk about their theories on what's going to happen, and talking about who their favorites are and this and that. I'm like, I can't sit through a whole episode of that. It's so dumb, and they're all just playing it up because there's a camera there. They're being over dramatic just for the entertainment value. It's like, no, I can't do it. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
but
same.
people are just like obsessed with it.
Yeah, no, it's too stupid for my tastes, and I have very stupid tastes, so that's saying something.
Yes. It's not the kind of stupid that I can appreciate. I like other stupid stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's stupid, and it's stupid to like this stuff. It's just not my kind of.
Well, it is stupid, but
it's quite stupid. Sorry. Yeah. No interest.
If you were single, would you be on the show?
Well, yeah.
Would you date somebody in another country?
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot.
Some lady from Kazakhstan.
From Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Sure.
Olga.
Let's do it. Olga.
Dayton asks, if you can have any 2 weapons for the zombie apocalypse, a close range and a long range, what would they be? And he says a collapsing arm blade like the Doomslayer and a suppressed M14 EBR.
Wow, this guy is just ready to go, man.
He's got a lot of free time on his hands. That's
awesome.
Kid,
Well, I've put a lot of consideration to this because the zombie idea has been my favorite idea since I was a kid. But for me, it would have to, for close range, it would have to be a trusty shotgun for sure. Definitely high capacity, probably semi-auto shotgun of some kind, maybe an M4, Benelli. And then for long range, something fully automatic for sure. I don't know if an M249 light machine gun,
yeah,
something like that with a bipod, maybe like a mid-range scope on there.
Yeah,
it's a crowd cleaner, just fucking that bad boy. But then it's heavy too, so it's like I don't know.
The thing, yeah. So
you want some kind of melee weapon too, in case you run out of ammo. Maybe I just put like a huge bayonet on the end of my shotgun. Use that thing.
Oh yeah.
Just do something like that. Deck that out. That's what I would use. Light machine gun and a semi-auto shotgun
with a blade on it. Nice.
with a blade on it. Yeah.
I think like my nephew. I think like him. Like I have to take like a long range gun because it's quiet and stealthy, and if I have to hunker down and shoot from a range, I'd be smart. I like this choice for the M14. That's a good choice there. But I don't know,
like close, long, everything.
Yeah.
Sure.
But like definitely like just a short sword or a long knife, something just close range. Be that because less ammo the better. I think in a zombie apocalypse because like less noise, be quiet, and just have a nice be able to stab. I guess so.
Fair enough.
A short sword, and a nice long sniper rifle with a silencer. That's the way to go for sure. So
yeah. I guess the hordes would be drawn to me if I opened up with those shotguns.
Bam! Well, here they come.
Oh, there's our next meal, boys. Let's go.
Lord knows I wouldn't survive in a shootout or in a firefight with the zombies. I can't really run away, unfortunately. So I'd like, hold my ground, I guess. So.
Oh, I just push you in your wheelchair and I'll give you my light machine gun. You just open up and I'll push. Let's go.
Jeez, with the recoil, I can just go backwards in the whole.
Yeah, you'd be self-propelled. Yeah,
for
sure.
I would pick a lightsaber.
No, come on.
Oh God!
Hey,
he picked
the collapsing arm blade like the Doomslayer. That ain't a real thing.
That's true.
It could be retractable blade.
They made that real lightsaber, that the plasma one. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Oh my God! You
It's garbage. Yeah.
Some kind of power source on your back.
No, give me the John Wick gun, his pistol that shoots the fucking
Super 9 or whatever the heck that thing's called.
Oh yeah.
Like turns your head inside out when it hits you.
Give me that one and it shoots real fast, and I'll do that. And then for long range, I don't know. Nuke.
Beep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Something like some semi-auto kind of thing that would be.
Yeah, like an M14 or something.
That was a good choice on him. Like that's a smart one. The kid's pretty smart. Yeah.
Laser gun.
Solar power rechargeable.
I'll take a lightsaber and then I'll take the blaster from Star Wars as my long range. There you go.
There you go.
Probably not very accurate.
That what is it? The heavy class from Battlefront 2. Just
spraying everywhere.
It's like, oh, you just gotta let it cool down. You don't even have to worry about running out of ammo.
Exactly. Yep.
There you go. Dayton also asks, what classes do you tend to prefer playing in an RPG, as in an RPG? He says barbarian / berserker class. Yeah, usually I'll try and go into the thing like I'm gonna be a mage this time, but always I'll end up being like the warrior class with either two-handed or shield and sword. Same thing with like Mass Effect. They'll be like, I'll be the soldier class instead of the fancy stuff.
Right.
I just want to shoot stuff in the head.
It depends. Like I find I always think of Skyrim whenever I think of like an RPG system because the meta of the game is like the spam long range and you'll win every time, right? But but it depends on it. I usually try to go with like I always go towards the rogue or the stealth option. To me, that's always my go-to for those kind of RPG games. But yeah, I like in Mass Effect 2, I like the infiltrator where you can hack and sneak around enemies and stuff like that, or long range. But yeah, no, it depends mostly on the meta. But I definitely stick more towards a rogue or a stealth class for sure.
Yeah. So. I'm kind of like that in Fallout games, kind of have the more longer range rifles and pick people off.
Yeah, I know when Borderlands, my favorite one to play was Zero, who was the long range and close stealth fighter. Yeah, so yeah, it's just my usual go-to for that. So yeah,
I like anything that if it's like a fantasy game, anything that can conjure up things, like conjure up like little skeletons or something. Like when I played Diablo 3. Which I thought was pretty good. I played as the monk. Then you can conjure like whatever diseases and like little infested monkeys and stuff and whatever, and they go and attack people around you. And then when you play Skyrim, you can conjure up Daedras and stuff, and you can reanimate the dead to fight for you. Like I like doing that kind of stuff. But if it's like like a shooter kind of game. Yeah, I'm kind of like the mid-range guy, I think.
Mhm.
A little bit of close quarters, a little bit of everything. Like World War Z, I like playing as like the supporting role quite a bit, like the fixer.
Mhm.
You know, you get more ammo for your stationary guns, and then everybody gets explosive ammo, and you get to carry like more C4 and stuff, whatever, like little stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place, I guess. But I like anything that can conjure something,
Mm.
where you can place like a turret and just
Yeah.
go. I'm that kind of guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And final question here from Carly. She says, "What Pokemon would you want in real life?" That is a tough question.
Not for me. I don't know why you guys have an issue with that. So
Well, what's yours there?
my favorite Pokemon by far, and I wish I had it in real life, was the Generation 2 fire starter Pokemon Typhlosion. It's like a big fire dog, and I
What's it
love
called,
that
sorry?
Pokemon. Typhlosion.
Typhlosion?
It's Cyndaquil, Quivilla. I forget the middle evolution.
Quilava, yeah.
Quivala, and then Typhlosion. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Every time I still play Soul Silver to this day, and I always pick the fire starter because I just love Typhlosion. So that's my go-to. If not him, then Nidoking as well. So yeah.
Nidoking, hey?
Nidoking.
He looks awesome, but then you look at his stats, he's like 4'10", but he looks like this beefy, like giant Pokemon. I'm like, oh, but he's like a fucking dwarf though. It's like, oh shit.
I remember when I was playing the Pokemon games on Game Boy, I always loved trying to get Gyarados. Gyarados was always my favorite. I thought he was cool, but then you start off with Magikarp, and you can't do nothing with that thing. Like it's useless. But then when it like evolves, it's like, holy man. So I really like Gyarados, but probably my favorite one that I would like to have is that the psychic one.
Alakazam?
Alakazam?
That one, yes.
Yeah, with the spoons.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we could probably like communicate with each other telepathically.
Yeah.
We could actually like talk to each other. That'd be kind of cool. And then if I need a spoon for my soup, you can just pass me one.
For your French onion soup?
Yeah, French onion
soup. All right.
Alakazam, French onion soup tonight, and he would just nod.
Yeah, that whole evolution line I was like was cool. Abracadabra, Alakazam, and that was a cool line always. Yeah, so
yeah. I mean, I don't know if I wanted like if I'm getting like Pokemon as a pet, like if I want a cute one, I go with Sandshrew.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and then I was thinking the same thing. If it was just a pet, just to have around, I'm not going to do whatever. Yeah. Oh, Growlithe is cute. Jigglypuff. I just love Jigglypuff. I don't know what it is.
The big eyes.
Yeah, the big eyes. And they're so cute. You're so squishy. You just want to cuddle them because they're so cute. There's a scene in Detective Pikachu. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's amazing, man. I'm laughing so hard. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's so good.
But also, like, what if you had Onyx? Like, that would be fucking badass.
That would be.
You'd just be like, move out of the way. You just go down the road on your Onyx.
Steel even better.
See, that's why I want
knocking cars over. Like, fuck you! I got an Onyx.
Exactly.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or Jinx, because
Okay, but
nights get lonely.
Okay, yeah.
And there are bad people out there, and you need one for self-defense. Which one would you pick?
The explosions, though. Yeah. Still like my fire dog.
I like for alligator. If we're talking Gen 2 starters.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Alligator's cool. Just tried and true. Charizard. He's the coolest.
Oh, you basic.
He's the coolest.
You fucking basic.
Gengar's also pretty badass. That's the thing. Like, guess what? All 150 original Pokemon are fucking cool. So it's like, the only one that I probably wouldn't want, Tangela. That thing sucks. But it's like, Lickitung? Fuck yeah, I want a Lickitung. Sure, that's cool. What about Kabutops? Yeah, he's badass.
Oh, badass, yeah.
Scyther, yeah. Sandslash.
But as a pet that you could just like live with now, and just like, it'd be Jigglypuff for me if it was just to have one as a pet. I think.
Yeah, Jinx. God
damn it, Scott. Is it the lips or what? I don't get it.
Yeah. Ditto. Get Ditto, and then you got all of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, what do you guys say? Should we wrap it up there, or should we read one of these cards?
Yeah, read one.
One of the cards. It's
Sure.
it's tradition around here.
Mm-hmm. They don't mess with tradition.
We don't have to work tomorrow, so
Yeah.
we can go all night, but people won't listen to that long of a podcast. Pulling a random card here. Ooh. What movie do you wish they'd make a sequel to?
Ooh. I feel like they should try again with Starship Troopers. Yeah, the ones that you did make already, just erase them and make a real one.
Yeah, I said the same thing with Pacific Rim as well.
Yeah.
Do it again. Try better.
Yeah, Starship Troopers for me, I think, because there's a whole universe that you can go with that for sure. I think a whole thing. There's more bug planets to cleanse. There's gotta be better weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, all
That's
the
a
good
tough
movies have sequels.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's true. That's true.
Like Into the Spider-Verse, that should have a sequel. And guess what? They're making one because
It's that good of a movie. Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, I can't think. Forrest Gump. Actually, there is a sequel book to Forrest Gump.
Is there?
Yes. And it just shits all over the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is. I'm gonna read Forrest Gump 2 book. Yeah. Gump and Co. Forrest Gump 2 by Winston Groom.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And apparently it's just totally fucking weird and batshit insane. But yeah. Make that into a movie. Fuck it. There you go. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and if you enjoy the podcast, as always, like and subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on Google and Apple and Spotify and all those other podcast services. And always, please share with your friend, because we're trying to grow this thing as big as possible. And we'll talk to you tomorrow for our Avatar spoiler cast. We'll see you then.
Adios.
See you guys.